I've made a huge mistake.
You made a huge mistake?
A
What was that?
huge mistake. A
Huge.
huge mistake.
Yes.
Yes.
This better be huge.
I've made I've
Huge.
made a huge mistake, okay?
All right, what is it?
I've done what nobody in our at our social stature should do. I touched grass,
You
and
touched grass?
I'm regretting the effects, okay? So I went out on Saturday afternoon. Me and my friend Patrick, we decided let's go to the beach. We'll have a great time at the beach. And we did. We swam. We went out to like a restaurant in like little town square near the beach. We had a nice magical romantic day. Um, but unfortunately, there was a there was an unforeseen side effect after the day concluded, and it's called a fucking sunburn. I fucking hate sunburns. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. I'm in constant pain. Fuck sunburns. I hate sunburns, man. Sunburns are fucking awful.
It depends on where you get
Why?
it. If you stuff in
Oh,
it.
it's so
Ew.
gross.
Ew. That's so gross.
It's like a
No, but
built-in backpack.
we had sunscreen, but I think it's just because I have like weak ass baby skin, a white ass fucking I should never go near the sun fucking vampire skin. And the sunblock that my friend Patrick bought was only SPF 50. So that's probably what did it. Because usually when I go out to the beach with like my grandma, she gets like SPF 100 because she knows I'm a fucking vampire creature who should be nowhere near the sun without adequate protection. So that SPF 50 sunblock didn't do the trick. I should have just kept my shirt on.
Yeah, 50's so low. What the fuck?
I should have just kept my shirt on. Like I've been doing that a lot when I go out swimming. Like I've kind of surrendered myself to the fact of I'm never gonna prevent a sunburn. I'm just gonna keep my fucking shirt on. But that day I really wanted to swim in the water. I just wanted to swim in the water with my fucking shirt off and have a good time. So I was like, I'm gonna put on the sunscreen. If we stay for longer than 2 hours, I'll make sure we reapply it, and we'll be fine. And we were only in the water for like an hour and a half, and I put my shirt back on once we got out of the water and dried off. But it was still enough time for a fucking mean ass sunburn on my back.
You're gonna burn what's under the heat from the sun.
Yeah, you're also like coating yourself in salt like you're a fucking like potato.
Yes. Yeah, you're coating yourself in salt and
But yeah, it's quite unfortunate. I have a long tenured history with sunburns. Actually, one of my most like awful memories was just I don't even think I was that young. I was like 12 or something. Or it must have been even later than that because I think my father still lived in the state until I was 13, and I remember calling him in Massachusetts. So I must have been like 12 or 13. He moved when I was 12. So I must have been either 12, 13, or like 14. And I got like a really fucking bad sunburn on my back. And this is the first sunburn I'd ever had that was bad enough that it started itching. And I just went through this like torture loop of like I could not handle it because it would itch really bad and it would hurt if I scratched it. And it was just an endless loop of torture, so I was just crying. I called my father, like screaming and crying, and he's like, "What the fuck am I gonna do? I'm in Massachusetts. What do you think I'm gonna do about it?" The only remedy I could find is just standing in a cold shower, and I was in that shower for fucking hours. It was awful. Yeah, it was not fun. It was really bad. I fucking hate sunburns. This is why I just need to stay inside and play on my computer for 17 hours a day, as I should. Touching grass is a bad idea, folks. Don't do it. Don't let them lie to you. Don't let them tell you it's a good thing, because then you're gonna get a fucking sunburn. Fuck the sun. I hate the sun. I hate heat.
yeah, the sun will also give you cancer. Fuck the sun.
Yeah, fuck the sun. We should just blow up the sun. Just shoot a missile at the sun. What's the worst that could happen?
Absolutely
Well, a
nothing.
missile ain't
I
gonna do shit.
100%. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
The
like yeah.
sun is so fucking big. That would be a drop in nothing.
Shoot every nuclear bomb that currently exists. Just shoot
I don't
into
even
the
know if that
sun.
would do anything.
Would
You might start a
wouldn't
fun
do shit.
player. Like
Yo, yeah. It might like the sun might fucking sneeze on us and wipe out all existence. That's the way we'll go. Achoo! And we're going to be like the Earth in knowing that fucking that oh fucking Nicolas Cage movie, almost based on his name for a second. You know, that's someone that we don't see anymore as Nicolas Cage. Anyway, don't want
He
to get
just
off
had a
topic.
movie like a few months ago.
What movie?
The unbearable weight of massive talent.
Oh, I guess I've heard of that, but I didn't really see
I
anything
haven't
for it.
seen it yet. I wanted to see it when I was in theaters, but I fucking missed it. I gotta watch it soon. It looks so funny. I also wanted to watch Bullet Train, which I think is probably going to be out of theaters soon if it hasn't left already, and I haven't seen that either.
Bullet Train looks pretty good, and there's a new Christopher Nolan movie came out that I saw the preview for it in theaters earlier today. Was Oppenheimer.
Okay, haven't heard about
So
that one. I'll have to check it out.
that's going to be probably pretty good.
Real
Anyway,
quick, hold on. Before we
go ahead.
leave the
Go
cold
ahead.
open, I would just like to. I'm getting a little meta for a second. Mo Diggity and Robin, did either of you listen to the previous Moecast?
I listened to the first few minutes of it just so I can listen to the edits that Demi put in there.
Okay, so you are familiar with this. So Demi Gloom has decided it would be really funny to, just for the cold open, just go hard on like the meme sounds and shit. How do you feel about that? Do you think that's a good idea? Because I told her it was stupid, but I think I'm coming around to it.
Oh no, I love the shit out of it. It was fucking funny.
So there you go, Mo. Mo. There you go,
It was
Demi.
it
You're
was
earning your $20.
it was also at your expense, and
It
so
was at
like
my expense. That is true.
laughing at your expense is always entertaining to me. So I'll always like 9 out of 10 times approve it.
I am the resident punching bag. It's true.
No, not all the time. Just like sometimes we all take turns, but you are kind of like the all around like normal punching bag.
It's
Like
either I feel like
sometimes
in
I
our
get it.
little group, like the issue crew and like adjacent people, it's mostly me and like Demi. We're like the two biggest punching bags, and people just take turns. Like we're gonna make fun of Riely today, or we're gonna make fun of Demi today, and just go hard on one of the two of us.
To be completely honest and real here, you do initiate like most of the confrontations.
Because it's funny. I'm not saying it's not funny. I'm simply pointing it out.
Oh, okay. I was just going to like give you a hashtag reality check here. God, I couldn't stand that when that was popular. Hashtag reality check. I fucking hate that shit. I'm so glad that the internet is here to make us better memes because before the internet, it was just all fucking marketing. Hashtag pet rock or hashtag you go girl and shit. Anyway,
I mean, it's saying hashtag out loud as it's probably.
I
We're gonna
fucking
look
hate
back at
L.
L plus. We're gonna look back at that and go, ugh, like the same
Nah,
way
L
we
plus
do.
ratio will be
Yeah,
funny forever. I'm gonna be in
nah,
the nursing home and I'll be like, "Do you remember L plus ratio? Funny
no.
meme."
Someone's gonna fucking die in front of you, and you're going to go, huh,
I'm gonna
L
say L
plus
plus
ratio
ratio.
plus you died. Ha ha. Ah! And then that's when you're going to L plus ratio from this mortal coil. Anyway,
L plus ratio from life.
yes, you alt F forward out of existence.
Unfortunate.
All right, let's go ahead and start the show. A one, a two, a skiddly diddly do. Since I got flack for that like a few episodes ago about not doing that, I'll make sure to remember to keep doing that. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Moecast. I'm your host, Mo Diggity, and joining me today, as always, are my two favorite co-hosts of the worlds. Say hello to Riely. What's up, Riely?
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Moecast.
Yes, consume the Moecast.
Consume the Moecast.
Consume. And of course, as always, also joining us today is Robin. Say what's up, Robin. So going back for
Mo.
a second. Oh,
Oh,
what's up?
sorry, I just wanted to say something real quick. You brought up consume, and it reminded me of something I wanted
Consume.
to ask you about.
Yeah, what's up?
So we haven't talked about this, and I think it's fun to get your opinion on air. How you been feeling about my episode titles now that I am the producer and that I title and
Oh,
descript all the episodes?
Welcome
okay.
to Inside Baseball edition of the
Oh,
Moecast.
Yes, a little bit inside the base of the ball. I actually really like the titles. I think they're better than what I normally come up with, and like I usually give like all God's honest truth, all the cards on the table. I kind of give all of 10 seconds consideration to the title, like Moecast versus Twitch. Yay, that's
Yeah,
good.
there we go. Got
Boom.
it.
Yeah, boom. Hard work, Johnson, pays off. How about we smoke a bowl and watch 5 hours of YouTube and forget to live stream today? Sounds good to me, Mo. All right, Mo. And so anyway, yeah. That's your titles and Demi's editing is making me very happy.
There you go. The Moecast is the best it's ever been, folks, and it's all thanks to
No,
Riely
no,
and Demi
no, no,
Glue.
no, no. Hold on. All right, all right. No, I walk all that shit back now. Okay, first off,
Come on, I'm joking. Don't
oh,
shit on me.
I will so walk this shit back. You have no idea. Anyway, yeah. So go back to what we were saying in the cold opening, though. Yeah, memes before the internet really like took the world by the freaking cojones.
When you
Uh,
say
it
memes
was
before the internet, that's kind of an oxymoron, Mo, because I think memes were invented on the internet.
no, memes were always around. They just took
Yes.
different meanings and different forms and different names.
I'm pretty sure the word meme was conceived on the internet. Like,
No,
if you can show me
No,
proof that
no, no,
I'm
no, no,
no,
no.
wrong,
You are wrong. It comes from
shut the fuck. But nobody ever
no.
used it
That's
in that
true.
context.
No, people like you. All right, I say
yes.
this
People
with
would say
zero.
like it's a meme. It's a thing that spreads through culture.
Yeah, and I mean this with zero disrespect to you, Riley, but I'm sure that you didn't really hang around a whole lot of circles that use the word mimetic.
Yeah, yeah, no, not really.
And I don't mean any disrespect or anything. I'm not calling you stupid or anything, because I've never used the word mimetic myself either. I've had a few friends that used it, but we always kind of looked at them like they were just like shitting on us. But anyway, yeah, like I'm really glad that the internet has come around to do memes
The
again
internet.
because
Let's go.
uh yeah, so I'm glad the internet's
Hi,
doing
Robin,
memes.
everybody. You can look forward to this this caliber
Yeah.
of comedy for the rest
Well,
of the
he
podcast.
put a pause after come.
He said, "Come." It's so funny.
Yeah, but
I was
it's the
I was
pause. If
about
you
to
give it
burp.
like a fluid, if you just verbally, it's fine. But you paused after the word "come." You can't do that.
Well, I didn't
You
mean
can't
to
pause after "come."
It was barely a pause, and you jumped on it like a fucking shark with smelling blood in the water.
You
Like
had
a
to.
Like
rabid
internet
animal, just
comes.
had to attack.
God damn it. Ugh. Just bang my fucking head up against the wall. Anyway, yeah, memes used to be like super corporate shit, and I'm really glad the internet's taking care of it because like shit's a lot funnier and it's free, and I don't feel like I'm being sold anything. Even though some of the funnier corporate memes were a little funny sometimes, just not all the time.
Can you give me an example of some old school corporate memes, Mo?
Oh well, like "Bust a Nut" by Corn Nuts, or oh god, fuck. Now that I'm trying to think about it, and all I can think of is the corporate "Bust a Nut" one. There's a bunch of other, well, like no other Chevy driving Texas, or don't go there, girlfriend, like shit that you hear on fucking TV, like you ain't going, you go, girl, or oh lord, or shit like that. That was like all over the fucking place. Like people used to quote shit like at a crazy fucking rate, like back in the day. Now everyone just tweets it, and the silence is wonderful. I love how no one's saying, "Is that your final answer?" or something like that. I'm glad that I don't hear that anymore. Now I see it everywhere, which is a little bit more tolerable, but gets on my nerves still, but not as much as when it was verbal.
Real quick, to speak on corporate memes, this has nothing to do with like old corporate memes. This is current corporate memes. Has anybody noticed this like stupid trend where brand accounts are just tweeting like one word with like no uppercase letter that somehow relates to the brand in question?
Yeah. I've been recognized. I've been seeing that a lot lately, and I just don't get it. Like,
Why?
yeah,
What is the joke?
I don't know. Like I've been trying to think. Like okay, my sponsor W Energy just tweeted out energy, and that was it. I was like, what the fuck is going on here, guys? And
Yeah, a bunch of accounts are doing it. Fucking Deadpool just tweeted out the word Deadpool. Fucking Minions tweeted out banana. It's just like,
Well,
what
that makes
is
sense.
this? Why did they do this?
yeah, some of the meme accounts and some of the corporate accounts do make sense. Like Minions tweeting out banana. That makes
Banana.
sense. I
Well,
watched
all
a
these
little bit. I
corporate.
watched. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I watched a little bit of Rise of Gru today, and so far I was really,
Why?
really entertained. Well, because I like the Despicable Me series. I don't see why everyone's been shitting on it lately. It's so weird. Like, there's like it. I mean, if anyone's looking for like deeper meaning or something with the minions, or if they're looking for them to reinvent the 3D animated comedy wheel, like maybe you guys are sort of like barking up the wrong tree here. I don't know. I think the Minions slash Despicable Me series as it is fine. I hate the minion memes with a fucking fiery passion.
Just,
But
just,
like the movies are great.
it's just like
Ye-
put.
Oh, dude, yeah, like my brother and my mom were super super into the minion stuff, and one Christmas several years ago, most of my gifts were minions themed. So I had a ton of minion based shit all around my desk area, and then I was like, dude, I fucking hate all this crap, and I packed it away, and I think I gave it away or something. But uh, when I first started Discord, my icon profile was the one-eyed meme, and that was like his eye and the monocle that it was on. That was my profile pic.
Think like
Oh God, I
No,
hope not.
no! What have you done? What have you
I
wrought?
I would think that the beans from Fall Guys were like minion based or something, or like a cousin of them. Because that actually would make sense in universe.
The minions age and they become the fucking they become the fall guys.
who go
Yeah,
off to.
yeah,
And
that's if they
those are the
take a
three
wrong
stages of
path.
evolution. They start as a minion and they become crewmates in Among Us, and then they become fall guys.
That's kind of freaky because like it seems like all the like how do they even reproduce? And how come there's
X.
so many of them? And they seem to be like pretty much immortal, right? Like they were around like canonically in the universe for like billions and billions of years, right?
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
one? Which
yeah.
one? The minions, the
The
Among
minions
Guy, or
are
the
around
Fall
forever.
Guys?
The minions. I don't know anything about the Fall Guys. I
Yeah,
know that they have a fucked up weird skeleton
the
in
original
their
minions.
suits.
And I haven't seen the original minions, but from how it's described, it follows the history of the minions, like working with like the most evil person, like all throughout U.S. history, or just like world history rather. I don't know why I said
Yeah,
U.S.
world
history.
history.
Except around the
Well, once the U.S.
1940s, they
comes
get stuck in
around,
a cave. They hang out. They get stuck in a
yeah.
cave during the 1940s. I can't imagine why they made that decision.
Thank you, Riley, for making the millionth fucking minion slash Holocaust joke on the internet.
They
There we
literally
go.
they made it non-canon on purpose. They know what they did. They're like, oh yeah, the minions get stuck in a fucking cave during the 1940s. Fuck you. It's
Wait a
a
minute.
cope.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Was this a joke? I thought you were just being like an edge lord.
No,
Did
no, no,
this
no.
actually
They
happen?
actually in the 19. So the plot of the movie is like they work with Genghis Khan. They work with a bunch of evil ass people from history. But during the 1940s, they get stuck in a cave, so they cannot be active with a villain during the 1940s. And I know they
Oh
they, they
dear
made that
God.
decision on purpose so that they
Oh,
didn't work with Hitler.
oh man, I bet that was an uncomfortable fucking conversation in the writing room. It was like, so what are they doing between like the World One, World War Two date? Why did you fucking like post that in the fucking Moecast pants, Riley?
Well, what
Riley,
did I post? What are you talking
all
about?
right, okay. So for everyone like watching, I hate that laugh. That laugh is the laugh that makes me fucking pissed.
I really thought I scrolled halfway down the image. I thought there was gonna be an N word at the bottom, just
No,
a hard R.
it's just two fucking minions looking at each other laughing, and it just says rape. at the bottom of it. So that's the joke. This is the caliber comedy, the level of comedy from one Riely, co-host of the Moecast. Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm a funny guy. What can I
I thought you
say?
liked Minions, Mo.
Well, I don't like rape. I'm extremely anti-rape.
Wow, what a brave stance.
No, it's not a brave stance.
I'm proud of you, Mo. Thanks for coming out against rape. You're so
no, like,
brave. I
well,
can't
like,
believe you.
okay, but what if it's
Someone
like
really needed to say it out loud.
well, no, like, what if like a bunch of minions are in fact like raping somebody and they're
would
laughing
you
about it?
would you stop the minions from committing rape?
Dude, like, imagine being raped by like a pack of minions or
Dude,
Smurfs or
I think
fucking
I could
Fall Guys.
destroy a minion. I think I could fuck up a minion hard.
I don't
Like, I
know,
just-
like what would stop a pack of minions from raping you? Like, you can only like football punt like so many of them till they fucking gang up on you, and then the fucking mob just starts fucking thrusting and thrusting on you. Like, dude, like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm having like, dude, it's like a wave of sexual assault, like just like descending upon you,
It's like an
and they
army
all
of
have this
minions.
it's like they all have those psycho fucking wide eye smiles too that they currently have in this picture here, or the one on the left does anyway. Uh, yeah, that shit kind of freaks me out now that I think about it. But then again, I haven't been wrong about wrong about stuff like this before. Like I used to think like, well, what would be worse, getting fucked by Chewbacca or fucked by Jabba the Hutt? And I picked Jabba the Hutt
Oh,
because
you
I
answered
figured,
a hypothetical? That's insane.
okay,
I
so
can't
it
Yeah,
believe
was
it.
Mo Diggity answering a hypothetical instead of being like, I wouldn't do either thing. I'd just kick both their asses. I'm Mo Diggity.
okay. Well, you're fucking stupid. Shut up. And secondly, no, I picked Jabba because like I figured that he wouldn't have a dick or anything, and like worst comes to worst, he would just lick me a bunch, right? And I would just be done with it. And
Nah,
I
Jabba's got a
He's
figured,
big
fucking
cock.
packing.
Jabba's
Yeah,
packing.
he's packing.
okay, see, here's the thing. I hadn't thought about maybe he was a grower, not a shower. And two, like after
Yeah,
think
it's
he's a
Jabba's
bush meat,
retractable. That's one of
brother.
his
Yeah.
alien abilities.
Oh, see, I didn't think about that either. But like I figured after he was done with me, he's probably going to throw me to his fucking minions, and then I'm a fucking fleshlight for the entire fucking palace. So I lose, completely. Whereas with the fucking with the Chewbacca or a Wookiee, he'll probably pound me kind of hard that first time, but because Wookiees get kind of sentimental and emotional like real quick, he would probably end up like loving me and like caring for me and all that, and would fuck me gently instead of like a fucking savage like the pigmen, for instance, or like the rancor handler. Like that dude has a massive cock.
But Mo, here's the real
So
question. Would you rather suck Jabba the Hutt's dick or his toe?
oh, that's so fucking stupid. And I'll just pick toe. I'll pick toe just because it's disgusting, less disgusting than a cock.
There you
Oh,
go. That's
gross.
all you had to say 6
I
months
should have
ago.
been made.
Disagree.
Yeah, I should have been made to fucking like even like answer it, but like you were like it's so fucking disgusting, cock, fucking disgusting, right? Like like they're gross for different reasons, like dick cheese and ball sweat and smell for like dicks, like
That's the point of the
fucking
hypothetical. You
toe
go over the cost
jam.
benefit analysis and you figure out which one would be worse.
Toe jam, stinky fucking feet, giant ass toenails. Like it's fucking awful, like all the way around. And it was just like that's fucking disgusting. I would like you just pick two body parts that I would fight to the death to not put in my mouth. That's what you did.
Yeah, and that's the point of a hypothetical like that, to
Oh
go through the
god, it's
cost benefit
fucking
analysis and figure out what's worse. That's the point.
disgusting.
What you just did,
What's
you
so
just like
disgusting
described
about
all the bad
the
features
human
of the dicks
penis?
and the
You know,
toe.
Well,
the human penis.
well, yeah, but it's just gross. Like it fucking, I don't know,
That's
man. Like,
projection. Maybe you're projecting. That's your dick's
oh,
gross.
okay,
Maybe.
okay. Like, you know what? I'll go ahead and accept that. Like, if it's like that is a good point. Like, I shower like 2 to 3 times, or every 2 to 3 days. like a week because I sit around fucking doing nothing, working from home. So it's like, why do I have to be clean for that? But like, yeah. It's just,
Wait, did you say
it's
you
all sorts of
shower
mess.
every 2 to 3 days?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Mo Diggity.
That's probably fine.
No, that's for the most part fine until you hit those real deep depressions where you're like, "Oh my god, it's been how long since I showered?" That shit's gross.
Yeah, no, I've talked about this at length, but I did have the worst depression spell of my life was between the months of April and July 2020 after high school ended abruptly, and I had like my whole arc of holy shit, I actually hate not being around people and it makes me depressed and sad. And I had like an awful 3 months, and during that time I think I showered like once every 3 weeks. It was bad. It
Ugh.
was rough. It was
Dude, yeah,
not a good arc in my life.
dude, it was rough and like the worst kind of days are like the ones where you're like, okay, Mo, you got to shower today. It's been 2 weeks since you fucking showered. You're disgusting. You're wiping shit out of your eyes all the fucking time. It's like your vision's blurring because you have crap in your eyes, and I'm dousing myself with fucking red eyes or clear eyes. There we go. Just to fucking keep up. I'm like, dude, this is fucking nasty. What are you doing? And you're like, I know, I'm sorry, I'm just really depressed. And like, and then you sympathize with yourself, and then you're like, well, let's watch this YouTube video and then go shower. Then, like, the next day, you're like, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have binge watched all of Sandman or like all of fucking Archer or something after that YouTube video. Shit. Because sometimes, like, the thing about, like, well, at least with my depressions is I'll forget that I'm depressed and I'll get involved with some shit and that'll snap me out of my funk until I realize that I've been snapped out of my funk or the thing that I'm doing is concluded. And then I'm like, well, what do I do now? Oh, yeah, my life is shit. I smell bad. I'm depressed. And that's how that goes.
Yeah, I've had that experience many times. That was in 2020. Probably a lot of people didn't even notice because I was still like doing podcasts and shit like in earnest because those are like the only things that made me at least slightly happy. So I kind of put on a happy face and dealt with that shit. But then I would hang up the fucking Discord call and go back to lamenting.
And the thing is, like, like, once you finally snap out of it and you do the shit that you're too depressed to do, and like it made you less depressed, you're like pissed off now because if you just did the shit that you were like putting off when you're depressed, you wouldn't have been so fucking depressed. It's like a vicious fucking cycle, and it just makes me angry. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't deal with depression as well as I thought I would when I got older. That's the weird thing about getting older is like you think that with age comes wisdom and enough wisdom to deal with your problems, but really, you just got older and you have the exact same problems you did when you were like 28.
Yeah, I do
Maybe
fear
not
the.
all of them. Maybe not every single problem. Because if you have every single problem for when you're 28, when you're 42, you're a lot more fucked than you thought you were. But yeah. Anyway,
By the
you're
time
saying
I hope by the time I'm 42, I'm at least like I stop having occasional suicidal breakdowns. Like once you're 42, it's like, all right, I've already been alive for a long time. I'm not ending this train prematurely now. Let's see how far it goes, folks.
that is one way you can do the silent dignitary of like I shall meet my end with my head held up high with honor. Or you can do like Charlie Sheen and just go on a fucking epic crazy fucking bender and just go fucking ape shit with everything. Get high, bang even more loose prostitutes, more loose sluts, and then come out on the other end with AIDS. And even you're even older now because you did a rail of coke that lasted 5 years.
Wow.
I mean, Now that I say it out loud, I mean, since like AIDS is very, very manageable now these days, it's really not that bad. I mean, just the downside is that you have like several more addiction problems and you got AIDS. So that's, depending on how your mental state is at the
Yeah, what's
end
the
of,
downside?
well, the downside of what?
That whole situation.
Oh, okay, for some of us, we can handle our addictions, right? Like I can not drink for like years on end, even though I'm an alcoholic. And I can deal with it, but if like someone can't control their their impulses or something, I can see being an alcoholic in their 40s being like a huge hindrance, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, welcome to the Moecast, the always optimist, always, white pilled, we always try to look on this bright side of life.
See,
Keep on the funny side of life. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo,
you
doo-doo.
see, you two have me pissed off because I didn't get the memo. This is the fucking weed cast. You're both
This isn't
baked.
the weed cat. Oh, yeah, so what, bitch? Oh, well,
Yeah,
you,
what the
you
fuck?
fucking. Yeah, dude, I don't want to hear shit about you complaining about people being high.
No. I wanted to join in the
Mo, you're
party. I didn't know you
bald.
were both gonna be higher. I would
You're
have joined in.
bald, you're
You're
old. This
bald and
show
You're
old,
so
Mo.
old,
sucks.
Mo. You're
You see,
so
I call
old.
you bald and old even when I'm sober, so I don't think
This
that was really
show
out of the ordinary.
sucks. That's the one that pissed me off.
No, I
Like,
like this show. I only said the show sucks because that fucking guest
because you
was
were
droning
fucking.
on. I agree.
Oh,
I
yeah,
still
dude.
agree with Hi Riley about that fucking guest.
Oh yeah, dude. I fucking I had to edit so much of his shit out because it was a lot of unsubstantiated shit that he was fucking going on and on about, like the stuff about the batteries or something in the EU. Like I looked up half his shit. Most of its stuff doesn't exist or he was completely fucking wrong on.
I just remember I have no idea what he was talking about. I just remember like trying to pay attention and just getting so bored whenever I did. And then because I was high and my filter was non-existent, I was just like, "This show sucks. Who would listen to this shit?" Like,
Yeah. And I cut out like a ton of his shit, like in there. But yeah. Oh god. At least he was never as bad as the guy who was on there, the one that pretty much inspired me to do the Mo show later on that night. Like that one, what was it, Deathcast or what the fuck offshoot?
my death stream is what you're talking
Deathstream. There
about.
you go. Yeah. The
Oh
second,
yeah,
it's like,
fucking
dude, that
yeah,
dude
Blackbird.
that dude was like had every single like normie NPC joke like in a bag. He's like, know what else sucks? Donald Trump. Like I was about to kill myself. Like we're in the year of our Lord, the current year of 2022, and we're still saying Trump on the internet.
Listen,
Please God.
I like ass. What the fuck was I saying?
You
Sometimes I
like
say
ass. That's what you said. You like
no.
ass.
I mean, it's true.
We know you like
Yeah,
ass.
yeah. Sure. Particularly clown girl ass. But anyway,
Oh
Yeah, the clumsy
uh,
brother. Hell yeah.
yeah.
I
But
mean, I'm so weird on that, and yet if I like met a clown chick who was like that kind of hot, like Harley Quinn or something, I would like smash the fuck out of her. I don't know what my hangups are. I guess it's just like looking at a clown, going, "Who'd really like?"
embrace the clussy.
I don't want to
Embrace
embrace
the
the clussy. It's
clussy.
too weird. Like I'm different enough.
Okay, but
Like
anyway, what I was trying to say, because you guys have that thing, right? I'm sure I'm not the only one where just sometimes you'll say a word that was just like unrelated to what you were gonna say.
hmm
Like you'll try to
Yeah.
be forming a sentence and then you'll just like another word will come out and you'll be like, why the fuck did I say that? So what I was trying to
Yeah.
say was, I like Blackbird. He's a good kid. He's a friend, but he was interrupting everybody with like the most stupid bullshit. And I told him that nicely. I was like, please try to like stay on topic and not interrupt people if you come on again. And he was just like, it was not good. Like I
And
don't want to be too hard on him because I like the guy, but it was not.
And here's the second funniest, cringiest part about that night is Demi and I, we're both fucking DMing Riley on
Oh
Discord.
yeah.
For the love of God, please boot this guy so we can go back to our conversation. And fucking Riley just he keeps like whenever he would switch on he would switch windows while he was still live. So he would
Yeah, I was
have
streaming
our fucking
Discord.
DMs. He would
Yeah,
stream everything on that one fucking monitor and he would keep our fucking shit talk on there for like 5, 10 good fucking
it was
minutes. And
so funny.
dude, we were getting like me and fucking Demi were getting angry, and our fucking messages would start getting posted on there, and then Demi and I would start DMing each other. What the fuck is Riley doing? He's leaving our shit up there, and we're frantically fucking trying to get Riley to fucking click off the fucking window, but it took him forever to get to that part. But yeah, that was just such an angry fucking
I'm
stream.
glad that I didn't notice because that's the funniest shit ever, and I'm glad that
Oh,
stream archive is still up with those fucking leaked DMs.
oh
That's
God.
hilarious.
You could not keep classified information secret.
No, I couldn't.
Ugh.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Heyo.
Oh shit.
Uh, uh, God, I guess if you want to talk about that for a moment, we can talk about that.
It's,
Well, I
my
mean,
dude
like,
stole a
well, I also like don't trust the source it comes from because they can just
It's not on fucking
why do
conservativenewsnow.com,
you
so I
keep
don't
fucking
believe
like going like
it.
why is that what you go to
dude. I
every
checked
single time?
Infowars. It didn't say anything about it.
I don't like info I
Freedomnews.biz.
don't like InfoWars. I don't like any of that shit. I
You're a
just don't
Breitbart boy.
understand. I just oh god no. Fuck no. Ew. I will fucking become a foxtrone before I fucking suck the dick of Breitbart. And I fucking hate Fox News, man. Ugh. But no, like for real, like we're all of a sudden it was like fuck the police, fuck the feds, fuck all these alphabet organizations. Suddenly the R turns into a D, and we're just ball licking and boot licking these fucking people. Like none of them have ever done anything wrong. And anyone can look up all the fucking atrocities that the FBI and alphabet agencies have fucking committed over just like the last fucking couple of fucking
I mean,
decades.
sure, but
And
like, what was listed under what he had? That's pretty scary shit. That he
I
had those
don't think so
documents in his
because
place.
they'll never tell us specifically what's on those. So
No,
it
but
could
why would
be.
he have them? And they repeatedly asked for them back, and he didn't send them back. Like, there must have been some shit he was planning to sell to some other fucking country, like for fucking
I
information.
think that part is the conspiracy theory there because we've
What
never
is he
had
doing
any
with them then?
presidency. I don't know and I don't really care. It doesn't really seem like anything that's like unless it's nuclear codes or something like that. I don't really give a shit. It's more than likely like the government will classify on documents fucking anything. So it could have been like nuclear codes to the fucking lunch they had that one Tuesday Trump was in office on his third week. And
we
if
have
I'm not
nuclear
being
codes for
hold
the
on, wait.
lunch, Mo.
Yeah, if I'm not being told what's actually on there, not like 50, like and I get that this looks bad, but I also don't think considering the source and considering the government I don't think that I'm just going to take them at their word when their word has been repeatedly, run through the mud by them themselves. So I have a problem with that, and that's just my personal.
Understandable.
I mean, yeah, like the question should be asked, Trump, what the fuck were you doing with all these freaking documents, man? I mean, we have the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, so we have the FISA bill, so I'm sure that even with his president status, if he did call internationally or throughout if he called any known Russian agent or any embassy, they do like the government, the NSA, and this has been like not so much declassified, it's been considered common knowledge. If you do call outside the United States, the government does record your phone call up until like a certain time limit. And if there's no trigger words that are being said or anything, or you're not a person of significant influence, like say a former president, they generally drop the call, have it on file for X amount of days, and it just gets deleted. So I would have to say, if the conspiracy theory is that Trump was planning on selling sensitive data and sensitive information to like a state enemy or any kind of bad actor, uh, surely we would have some phone calls that could prove that. Like, surely there's some sort of proof, because so far, if you're not going to tell
Hmm.
me
Well, yeah,
what's
well,
on those
because the claim
documents.
isn't like he. That's probably what.
Well, yeah, but
Again,
we
what
have
the
no
fuck
proof.
Nah,
else?
he just wanted to be cool. He was just like,
Yeah,
yeah, I
that's
have
the only
that
other
shit.
option is he just wanted to have them.
I was the president. I have the nuclear codes. Get fucked. I'm Donald Trump. He ain't gonna sell it to nobody. Listen, Donald Trump, not a very nice guy. I don't think he wants the country nuked. He just wants to be like, look, I have a big dick and I used to be the president. I have the nuclear codes. Get fucked.
Yeah, but they would probably change the codes from president to president just to fight that.
Wasn't it just like one?
I
Oh,
bet
I have
Trump
no
said
idea.
that.
God, that would be fucking funny.
I think that
I
was actually for many presidencies. I think.
I would assume that it's probably just like in Spaceballs. The code is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Only an idiot would have that. That sounds like something you'd have on your luggage. And then President Scrooge shows up. Code's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I gotta change the combination on my luggage. Here, go to blah blah blah. And it was just a fucking
Gotta
funny
change
scene.
the combination of my luggage. Damn.
I love Mel Brooks.
I gotta watch Spaceballs. I've seen a couple clips, but I've never watched the whole film.
Oh wow, you've never watched Spaceballs, huh?
No. I mean, up until last year, I had never seen Star Wars, so I don't think it's a shock that I haven't seen Spaceball.
Oh God, you are just. How does your generation not watch anything after 2005 or before 2005?
I don't know.
Like, it's just crazy. I don't know. I mean, I just don't understand like the like a lot of like unfortunately, like a lot of your generation does tend to suffer from this like ignorance of the past, when everyone, but even millennials, like only have like mostly have this problem, not all of them, because there's a ton of millennials who are like, dude, I love shit from the 80s and 90s and stuff. Like some of the bigger TikTokers out there, at least ones I've seen on there, they one of their channels is what we grew up doing in the 80s and 90s, and it would be like some shit that I used to do in the 80s and 90s. Like, oh wow, I remember that. And it's like some 22-year-old chick. Anyway, so I earlier today, as of this recording, I went to go see Dragon Ball Superhero.
How's that? How was that?
I
Is it
really
good?
liked it. It was really fucking good. Like, it wasn't like mind blowing. Like, none of the Dragon Ball movies really ever blew my mind. Like, I
You
think
take that
World Strong.
fucking back about Dragon Ball Super Broly.
No, 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 not in a bad way. It's just that, like Ghost in the Shell, Akira, fucking Vampire Hunter D, those movies, fucking, oh, not Spirited Away. What's the one with the deer god?
I don't
Oh,
fucking know. I've only seen
fuck.
two of those fucking Studio Ghibli movies.
Oh, it's Princess Mononoke. There we go. Like
Okay.
they've like Dragon Ball movies have never blown me away on that level, but they don't have to, because it's an action anime.
Homo
You know,
Diggity, as you may recall, the Dragon Ball Super Broly is literally my favorite movie of all time. So
it's
I
pretty
have
good.
different opinions.
Like, no, it's pretty good. Like, it's the movie really does only get better once the fighting starts. Like, the rest of the movie is sort of like, all right, blah blah blah, filler, blah blah blah. Bulma
I
wants
don't
to
know about
wants to
that. There's a lot of
look
fun
younger.
character shit in the beginning.
Yeah, but like, as if you watched Dragon Ball for as long as I have, you don't really. I mean, you can only flesh out the characters so much. I mean, what more is there to say about, say, like Gohan or Piccolo? Even though I fucking love both those characters, I don't really know
There was great
what
character
you can
stuff for them
say.
in this movie.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
actual deep good character moments for Gohan and Piccolo
well,
in
like
this
let's not
film.
say. Well, okay, now that's going a little bit far, don't you think? Deep and like no, all they do was just they powered up. Gohan went rah,
Okay.
emotions
Oh,
triggered,
okay.
and I
Yeah,
liked it. I
fine.
liked it. I really, really liked it. But
Sound
I'm
like you
not.
liked
But
it, Mo. It doesn't
I,
sound that
I,
way.
I really, really
This
did.
whole
I
thing in
just
the beginning where they were pawning off Pan on Piccolo, and Piccolo was getting mad because Gohan was being a bad father, just like Goku was, and they had to go through development, and there was good character shit in this fucking film.
okay.
Fuck
All
you.
right, all right, all right, all right. So they did have some, and I did like the fact that we finally get to see where fucking Piccolo resides. I always thought he was just like a homeless sort of like hermit.
That was the
But
bit in TFS, is that he just lives in wastelands.
yeah, yeah. See, I actually just thought that was it. No, he's got a little house, and the Z fighters, they fucking visit him a lot, and they keep bringing him these fucking stuffed little bear toys that he absolutely hates, and he's got a giant pile of them on there. And did you see how he holds his phone a lot like fucking
He does the L phone
yeah,
hold.
he fucking holds it like
Yo.
L. That was the first thing I noticed. Like, oh shit, that's from fucking Death Note. All right, nice. Well, not really from Death Note, but he holds it like L does. So
Hold
I
on.
enjoyed that. I enjoyed that.
Mo, before I forget, this is gonna take us off Dragon Ball for probably a couple minutes, but I don't want to forget about talking about this.
Sure, sure,
I
sure.
I heard something is confirmed, something in the Death Note the universe. I don't know if you've heard about this, but
Uh,
apparently,
no, I haven't.
apparently they have greenlit a Death Note Netflix series to be directed by the creators of Stranger Things.
Is it animated?
No, it is live action, I
Oh
believe.
God.
We already have a great live action Death Note. I don't see what the
The
problem is.
movie? Yeah, it's
Yeah, the
good.
movie.
I hated the movie so much. I only watched like 20 minutes of it. It was
Yeah, I was
just
about to
so
say you could.
fucking
And you're
bad.
not allowed to say you hated the movie because you
Yes,
didn't
I can.
fucking
Yes, I
finish
can
the
because it
movie.
was a piece of shit. If you can't fucking entertain me for at least the first 10 minutes, then I'm out of here. Like I will
Robin, I don't
watch
know.
a
I don't.
shitty movie. I will watch a shitty movie if the first 10 minutes is good just to see if the rest of the movie's good. But if you're shitty in the first 10 minutes, then I'm fucking checking out.
Mo, the
I
whole
gave it
point
20 minutes.
the whole point, we all knew it was shitty. The task presented to all of us present was to watch the movie in order to talk about it on a podcast. We all
Well,
knew it was
I
gonna be
still
bad,
I
but
still
me
watched
and
it just in a
Demi and
different way.
Jason watched the whole fucking film, and we expected you to do the
To hear
same.
Mo say, I watched it a different way. Yeah, the
He
different way
just
was
watched a
not
bunch of
watching it.
video
No,
essays.
no. The way I watched this first 20 minutes, oh god, this is a really terrible piece of shit. I hate everything about this movie. I'm going to watch YouTube synopsis videos like I do for the Breaking Bad fucking podcast
Well, yeah,
because
but at
I'm
least
not
you've
watching.
seen Breaking Bad.
Yeah, of course, I fucking love Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
I'll
and
watch it like
he's
a
watched
thousand
Death Note,
times.
the anime.
Yeah, and I love the anime, and I really, really like the musical. I actually wouldn't mind like sitting through the whole like that musical and maybe watching oh the fucking I haven't thought about this one in a really long time. The Barber of Baskerville or whatever. The fucking Giant Depp fucking movie where it's a musical and he's a murderous barber.
I've never heard of this. Please figure out what it's called so I can
Ugh,
watch it.
I'm so disappointed in myself because I'm going to Google it real
Yeah,
quick.
I'm just gonna leave it for you.
Yeah, because wait, do you know the name of it?
Yes. I'm
Well,
just.
tell me so I don't have to Google it.
I'm not telling you.
God damn it! Oh, okay, all right.
I've never seen you struggle this bad with anything.
Well, no, it's just been a really, really, really long time since I've even Sweeney fucking Todd. See, it's been a long. All right, the movie has also been out for a really long fucking time too.
Oh, that's what Sweeney Todd is.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Sweeney Todd's so good.
Yeah, it's really really fucking good. Back in 2011, 2012 is when I watched that movie. It was like the first of like the last few musicals. Like I love the South Park musical stuff, and I like Paint Your Wagon. I really like oh god, I really like Sweeney Todd too, and all that shit. But I wasn't into musicals for like the fucking longest time up
I did.
until like that.
I did
See, I did theater too, but mine was like more like I wanted to do like plays and stage production stuff.
also
I
like
didn't. I didn't want to do musicals because I wasn't into musicals and shit.
Musicals are based. What do you mean?
They're okay. They've got some good
they're
ones out
fun.
there. They got some real fucking turds. Like Rent is a fucking turd. There's like a couple other ones that I'm
Yeah. Here?
spacing out on.
What are some bad ones, huh, Mo? Why don't we just
Well,
shit on?
Rent is just fucking awful. Okay, I think we can all agree that Rent is terrible.
I've
Yeah, I
never
don't.
seen Rent, but I
It,
feel
it's
like from what
it's
I've heard, there are a
shitty.
lot of
Yeah,
people who would disagree with you.
yeah. Well, fuck a lot of people. Okay, I'm very comfortable saying that.
Rent's okay.
It's just I don't know. Like every time, like I've heard the soundtrack to Rent like a million fucking times to my
Like the
old
movie,
roommates.
right?
Oh, well, the movie soundtrack, not the movie
Yeah,
itself.
and not
But
like the
like, oh, I really like Avenue Q. Avenue Q is really good. Yeah, that's the fucking crazy ass puppets with oh, what you talking about with Gary Coleman. Yeah, he was in there, and it was fucking funny. And dude had some fucking had some chops. Like he actually sang like pretty well on that. But because he died, they had to replace him with a black woman, a tall black woman, like in the theater in the theater version, and that's sad because you. Well, then again, there's not very many Gary Coleman types like running around, so you got to work with what you got. It sucks when that
Understandable.
happens when people get recasted due to unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah.
I thought we should, but I think maybe that was in and of itself, like kind of a joke. Like, hey, all right, so it's a black character, so of course naturally be a black person doing it, but let's make it a tall black woman. And if you kind of think about it in a fucked up way, in a sort of a fucked up, funny little way, that's pretty funny. And that's probably like so that probably happened because of some fucking offhand comment Coldman, not Gary Oldman, goddamn it, not fucking not what's his name from fucking Harry Potter or the fucking bad guy in Fifth Element, which I never knew that Gary Oldman was because it looks nothing like him at all. I think.
So
Does
anyway,
anyone have
Mo.
anything to say about Gary Oldman?
No, nobody has anything to say about Gary Oldman. But you know what I do have stuff to say about Dragon Ball
What?
Super superhero. So why don't we get back to that?
Oh, well, thank you, Riley, for keeping us on track.
You're welcome. Of course.
Oh, but yeah, so I fucking went to go see it. My brother doesn't like it very much. He thought that the fight was too short and he wanted to see more of Gohan's like super spiky fucking gray
Beast
hair.
Gohan Beast Mode is
Yeah,
the
which
canonical.
I think what that finally is, I think what his transformation is finally an acknowledgement of this old fucking Dragon Ball Z
Gohan Blanco.
Goku. What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were referencing something else. I thought you were cool for a second.
Oh
Never
no
mind.
no no! Not I'm not referencing anything from A. All right, like no, I'm talking about
Yeah.
there was an old bit of DBZ fan art where uh it had fucking Goku like with just long fucking SSJ3
Oh, you're talking about
fucking
Super Saiyan 5, the one with like the red skin and the long white hair.
Was it Redskin? I
It
thought it was just long,
It
long white hair
was.
and something else. I think that was kind of a weird nod to that transformation is because it looked an awful lot like that in some aspects.
Bro, that reminds me. I'm thinking about Super Saiyan 5 now. There was like this whole thing that I watched as a kid. I don't think I've talked about this on this show. Um, like as a kid, a lot of the shit I watched on YouTube was like fan works from franchises that I like. A lot of which you go back to and you're like, wow, that was really cringe. And this one is kind of written in a cringe way, but only because the guy didn't speak a lot of English. I think like the fights and shit were fucking dope. It was a it was a sequel to Dragon Ball GT. It was entirely sprite based. And it was Dragon Ball AF, which there are like 17,000 versions of Dragon Ball AF. But this is a by a man named Blaze Jakar, and I think it only had like a few thousand views even when I watched it. And since then, like the original channel's gone. There are like some weird re-uploads somewhere, which I rewatched a lot of recently. That show fucking that was my childhood. That was just real to me. Like that in my head is like what happens for the longest time until I grew up and I was like, oh yeah, this is not what happened actually. Dragon Ball GT isn't even what happens. That's not real either. but
Uh,
but shout out to that show.
yeah, I used to love like fan made stuff, and then I would watch some interview where like a VA or like a dude who helped create like a show with someone would inevitably during a convention, hey, what do you think of fan project? And they'll like shit all over it. Like very rarely will they ever go, oh, I fucking love it. Such a great nod to the series, blah blah blah. Or like you'll get the Sean Schemmel thing
Yeah, Sean
where they're
Schemmel
like,
with Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
we're like,
Fuck you,
I
Sean
hate it.
Schemmel.
It's stealing and blah, 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 and all this crap, which is
Bro, I hate
arguably,
Sean Schemmel as a guy. Like
which
his
is
Goku voice is iconic. I'll never be able to do the Japanese dub because he is Goku to me. But he's also a fucking asshole. Fuck Sean Schemmel.
yeah, like that's arguably like the bad ending right there. Getting shit on by like, one of the makers of insert show here is like par for the course. What of course you want is them saying, "Oh dude, I love Team 4 Star." Not, "Oh my god, it's so bad. Blah 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 blah, stealing and IP, blah 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 blah." I'm like, dude, you know, it's a fucking fan thing. And sorry, but you've got to compete for like the better products sometimes. Like Hellsing Abridged. Fucking love Hellsing Ultimate, right? Think it's like one of the more well done fucking little anime shows that they got on there. And then you get something like, Dragon Ball Z Abridged by Team 4 Star, or uh going back to what I was saying earlier, Hellsing Ultimate Abridged, which I think
Earlier,
is
as in
way,
10
way.
seconds ago.
Uh, well, don't interrupt me. That fucks up the flow of everything. Shut the fuck up. And yeah, I think that's arguably the better version of that, like of that show. Even though I fucking love the version that we've got, I think the comedy fan made version is so much better than the original. Even though I give like I heap, you know, heaps of praise, on the original OC Donut Steel version of the show that I like.
Have you seen Sword Art Online Abridged?
No, because I'm super bored with Sword. I watched the entire first season, and then I got to the second season. I'm 2 episodes in. I wandered off to watch something or do something else, and I haven't watched
No,
it
no, no,
since
no, no,
then.
no, 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 Mo Diggy, listen to me. Regardless of your
I'm
feelings,
so
no,
bored.
Mo, shut the fuck up. Listen to me. Regardless of your feelings on Sword Art Online itself, I know it is a very divisive piece of
No,
anime
it's
content.
no, it's
I
not
personally love
divisive.
it.
I'm not. It's not divisive for me.
Mo,
I'm not saying I think the
that
show
has
sucks fucking
nothing to
hard,
do
but
with what I'm about to say. Shut up about Sword Art Online. It is completely irrelevant to Sword Art Online Abridged. Sword Art Online Abridged is better than the original show. It is the best abridged series on the internet. I'd say tied with Dragon Ball Z Abridged, not even next to. It's tied. It's fucking Kino. Sword Art Online Abridged is brilliant.
I think the one thing though, if I had to compare both Team Four Stars things, Dragon Ball Z abridged versus Helsing Ultimate abridged, I think Helsing Ultimate abridged is a lot better
No,
than DBZ abridged because
no.
like, it takes forever. Like even though I love it, it's funny, but like it takes forever for them to find. It's like such a long fucking series too, and they still keep a lot of the filler in there too. I'm like, fuck, man,
For
can we
fun.
just
They did it for fun, and the
I know,
episodes
I
are
know, I
good.
know, I know, but I remember all the filler episodes, and I remember how fucking incredibly bored I was during a lot of them. And so I don't know, man. I just wanted to like let's just cut to the storyline points. That's all I want. Storyline and fighting, not watching Chi Chi on the dance floor doing karate moves and watching
Wow, it's
everyone
almost like a
fucking
Dragon Ball
eating.
Z Abridged is a comedy show, so they have material like stupid Dragon Ball Z
No,
filler,
no,
and they're
no,
like,
no.
we can do
I'm talking.
something funny with this.
It's still the filler though. It's just not that funny. I don't know, man. I'm fucking. I don't know. Like I guess I'm just sick of it, or maybe I'm just done with it. I don't know. I just think Helsing Ultimate Abridged is a lot better than DBZ Abridged. Even though DBZ is fucking great and I love all the episodes, I don't know. Like we're watching. Sometimes you can only make so much of Dragon Ball Z funny, and you're just sitting there wondering, all right, this is the part where fucking imperfect cell or near perfect cell, whatever the fucking title officially of that one after he
It's imperfect,
absorbed.
semi-perfect, and perfect.
Oh,
So
okay, okay, yeah.
semi-perfect is the second form.
It's yeah. I think the first iteration of perfect cell. I think imperfect.
Imperfect, yes,
No, wait,
yes.
that's the one where he has the iconic face, right? Not the Bugman one where he still has his tail.
Wait, you mean perfect cell?
Well, there's supposed to be like, all right, so he absorbs both the androids,
Yes,
but
that is
he but he
perfect cell.
but he says he's still not perfect yet. Like
No, he
there's still
doesn't.
no, like this. Well, this is a long fucking time ago, and I don't exactly remember where it is. But after he gets blown up by Goku because
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
his cell
yeah.
was
Okay,
self-destructing, he comes back and he has the instant transmission ability. So that turn he declares himself officially Perfect Cell.
no, 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 no. Okay, you are right. He does blow up and he comes back stronger, but that was not that was not like part of the plan. He was perfect cell when he absorbed Android 18. He became perfect cell. It was he just happened to fucking kill himself and come back, and he got stronger. So it's just like enhanced perfect cell. But he was perfect cell the moment he absorbed Android 18.
Uh, all right, I guess it has been a long fucking time since I've watched that arc. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and concede to your point and assume that I'm wrong or misremembering. But
Yikes.
well, no, 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 no. I'll go ahead and concede. I won't I won't die on this particular hill.
Yeah,
But
you just lose.
yes, I am. So anyway, yeah, going back to Dragon Ball Superhero, it starts off as like the entire okay, so the entire movie is sort of an homage to all the old school Dragon Ball fans, but with Dragon Ball Z and DB Super stuff in there. Like I love the return of the Red Ribbon Army. The opening monologue is really really cool. We get, some of you might remember this back in the day with the Red Ribbon Army, blah, 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 and all that stuff. I appreciated that. I liked how throughout the movie you'll see them sort of go back to like some more iconic moments. Like, for instance, or in the iconic moments in the show. Like Goku as a kid at the very beginning. Him just running fucking wild, go having a fucking rampage of the Red Ribbon Army, and then another one was
The red
uh,
red. I'm sorry.
when I think Doctor Magenta, I think that's his name. Yeah, when Doctor Magenta is talking to Hiro, I've only
Who?
watched. Oh, the other doctor that just got out of prison.
I don't remember his name.
Oh, whatever. It's not terribly important because I'm not going to go scene for scene. I'm just going to talk about what I like. But uh, he's showing the doctor that just got out of prison, like, okay, so the Capsule Corp is this fucking front for aliens, right? And they're gonna fucking sit here and invade, but first they're gonna make us slaves. Like, he went on an Alex Jones esque rant how the New World Order is gonna like
Super
taint
Saiyans are
our
gonna
fucking.
take over the world. We're gonna be we're we're gonna be enslaved.
Yeah, like FEMA camps, the whole fucking thing, right? And like how they animated the oh yeah, and they made a really good point too. The androids joined up with the fucking capsule core, and Bulma is the big bad, and Goku, Vegeta, and Majin Buu are all bosses, head honchos in the organization. But like the picture of Bulma with the giant arms with the claws trying to grasp the fucking world, I thought that was kind of a cool little twist. But they showed them fucking and like all their interesting theories about Mr. Satan, which I thought was really cool because like I could see some fan service in these theories and these spots going on, right? And then they show this one video of Trunks fighting Mecha Frieza, and how you remember it by with all the slow mo and the flash stuff, but once you see them fucking fighting, it's all like done in real time. So it's like, bam, Frieza jumps up in the air, slice, and it's just fucking over in like 5 fucking seconds. I loved shit like that throughout the movie, and I really did enjoy that. But with the I thought I wasn't going to like the art style, but just based on the strength alone of the trailers that I saw. But once you actually sat down and watched the movie, the animation style made sense, and there wasn't a whole lot of that either. So maybe it was just it may have just been like a trailer misdirect. I think because there's shit in the trailer didn't even make it anywhere near the fucking movie. Like if
Wait,
you
like
watch the
what?
trailer, if you watch the trailer and you watch the movie, there like it starts off with like if you watch the movie, the little fucking guy, the one with the doctor that gets out of prison,
Yeah.
it makes it look like he's the fucking big bad trying to resurrect the Red Ribbon Army, and all these people are his minions. Gamma 1 and 2 are they might be aliens, or maybe they're offshoots of the intergalactic police force or something. Like, I never really thought about it in like the way it's presented
They thought they were
in the
Jocko's
movie.
homies, just coming on down.
I think so, maybe. But I watched all that, and you know, uh, it just goes to show you need to just go in a movie with an open mind, and not just think to yourself, well, I guess the trailer is going to be how it is. So we got really souped up animation. The quality animation in this movie was super on point, like easily some of the best I've seen from Toei Animation.
Oh, it was very nice. I was skeptical about the 3D style. I didn't think the trailers looked bad, but I was just kind of like, this would be better in 2D. But like, and I kind of still agree
Yeah.
with that to an extent. Like, if they animated it like they did Dragon Ball Super Broly, it'd be better, and I'll admit that. But the 3D grew on me. I thought it looked really fun. It looked really clean.
Oh,
It was good.
yeah. See, I thought that I wasn't going to like the 3D style that they had on there and the animation style. But as soon as I sat down, we got past the first like 5 minutes of the film, and you see how they incorporate it and how it just meshes really, really well with the flow of the movie. It actually like grew on me right then and there, and all my hesitancy about it was like fucking instantly gone. So I enjoyed that. The art style was super on point, and I love this is my big reason why I really like this movie, because you would just assume that Goku, Vegeta, Whis, and Lord Beerus, and I didn't think Broly was going to be the movie, but first off, boom, Broly's officially introduced in the canon, or well,
Well, he was officially
like
introduced in the canon in the
he wasn't
last
officially
movie.
introduced with the, but now he's interacting with the fucking Z fighters in a more meaningful way. So I think I like seeing him a second time makes me happy. So we're moving past the Broly universe, and now he's here with Goku, Vegeta, Whis, and Beerus, and Broly's two friends are with him too, which Lord Beerus fucking simps hard for Chile or whatever
I mean,
her fucking name.
who among us wouldn't really?
Eh,
Lord Beerus got a good eye for the ladies.
oh yeah. But yeah, you see that, and that's all you see of those guys throughout that like 7-10 minute little spot. And I fucking love the fact that it's about everybody else. At the very least, it's all the Gohan. Uh, who is fucking Gohan and what's her name's fucking kid? What's her name? Pan
And
is okay. Yeah, because Bulla's in Universe 2 and all that is in this universe now too. And sometimes with DBS, since this is supposed to be the midpoint between GT and Z, but everyone's kind of assumed that GT has been officially wrote out of the
GT was
Dragon Ball
never written
universe.
in. It's not. It's a non-canon project.
Yeah,
It's not
okay.
real.
You're totally wrong, and I'm not going to get into an argument with you again because it is.
GT's not canon. It's not true. You're so wrong.
Uh,
Why are you dying on this hill? And the
because
entire
it
world agrees
is.
with me.
Fuck the world. Anyway, so yeah, so we're just assuming that GT's not going to be canon anymore, and
Never
we're pretty much
was.
going. Well, yes, it is, and or it was. Uh, and now we're going with this new canon. Now we're writing off GT permanently, and that's good because GT did kind of suck. Blah blah blah
I don't
blah.
even agree that it sucked. Some of it sucked for sure, but I like GT. I
I didn't
just
like
simply
GT.
know that it's not canon.
It was canon, but anyway, it
Okay.
just okay. Anyway, so yeah. Watching it now, we got to see Piccolo and Gohan as the main characters, and finally, we do. I guess I was a little bit wrong. We do get to see a little bit more character development with Piccolo, and I don't know, like kind of with Gohan. Though with Gohan, I think it's kind of the same old, same old. Like it's something bad happened. Rah! My family, my friends, emotional moment, anger. Like we've kind of seen that before, but it's kind of cool that they leveled him up a little bit. I still think he's a glorified jobber, and until the fucking writers and DBS actually do something with him, like I'm
Well, they
hoping
did.
that.
It's called This Movie.
Well, I'll be more impressed once I see if I see this movie roll into the new season of Dragon Ball Super. I'll be very very happy if they don't ignore Broly and superhero and actually incorporate that into the show. Like I want to see this iteration of Broly in there. I want to see everything. I want to see powered up fucking Piccolo cuz Piccolo's my favorite like a secondary character in the fucking in the Z team, you know? I mean, like of course I like Goku, but like, Vegeta's fun, but he's a jobber and he's the biggest jobber out of all of them. I wish that we'd see more of fucking Majin Buu, because I was super hyped for the idea that Majin Buu was going to be in the tournament, the Universal Tournament of Power, because
I
that
mean,
was like, because he's basically indestructible,
that
and
was that was hype before we knew who was actually going to be in the tournament power, but Frieza was the better choice. That ended up being much better for the show.
yeah. I agree to a point, but still, like, I mean, if they bring Frieza back, they gotta bring Cell back, because like Cell's pretty much the last villain
Mm,
right now that they haven't ruled, like, out of the big major ones, like, you know, Vegeta, Frieza, Majin Buu, and fucking Cell are essentially the big bads in DBZ. Well, I guess them and Raditz, but no one gives a shit about Raditz.
well, if you count Raditz, you also count 17 and 18. They're kind of similar as like they're like the preliminary villains of their arc.
Well, yeah,
Raditz leads into Vegeta the same way that 17 and 18 lead into Cell.
well, yeah, I suppose you got a point there, but like they're canonically good guys now, and I really like 17 and 18 too a lot. They really grew on me. I thought they were going to be boring characters up until DBS showed up, and now I love the shit out of both of them. They're really good. But yeah, pretty much the last like few minutes with Cell Max or Max Cell, whatever the fuck they called him,
Yeah, Cell
was
Max.
it was really cool. Number two Gamma fucking sacrificing himself was really like touching, though I don't remember any of the other androids fading and turning into ash. And also, death means nothing anyway in the Dragon Ball universe because they have the Dragon Balls. They'll just wish him back in a year. So, like, I guess it's meaningful now. And yeah, the animation, the fucking the power fight between super spiky hair gray Gohan versus Cell Max just fucking going all out with the world ender bomb that he conjured up was really fucking cool. Like you could tell like they were saving up all their VFX animation budget just for this scene specifically right there. And I gotta say it was money well spent.
Yeah, so my thing about the fight with Cell Max, this is me being a little bit critical. The fight was very good, but I've never really been a fan of. They don't do this too often. I guess they didn't at the end of the original Dragon Ball with Piccolo during that fight for a little bit. I don't think Dragon Ball really shines when they try to do like kaiju fights. Like when you try to, they did the same thing with the Vegeta too, with Great Ape Vegeta. It's not as interesting because like the whole thing with Dragon Ball is kind of like the martial arts choreography between two similarly sized enemies. So honestly, I was more engaged in the combat when it was Gohan versus Gamma 2 than I
See,
was when Cell Max came in.
See, I disagree with you a little bit, but politely. When I say I love the kaiju fight, and I love the idea that there was a couple of things that they put in there as Easter eggs from some of the older fans, and they
Yeah,
even
they cleared
reference
some
it.
plot holes.
Yeah, yeah, and Piccolo even goes, "Oh yeah, that's right, I can fucking do
I can
that," and
do
fucking he
that.
grows. That
Yeah.
was fucking awesome. I thought that was cool. Like the nods and the Easter eggs to the old school fans weren't too heavy. There wasn't like a million of them. Like, hey, remember blank? Blank was so cool when you were blank, right, kids? Right or right, man, children.
How do you
You
do,
know,
fellow kids?
how you do, fellow kids? Remember Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball? You know, and yeah, I really love the hell out of it, and the humor too was really good. I loved like Piccolo's arc the most because that's like one of the main ones, and like there's characters that haven't showed up for a little bit, like Yajirobe and the fucking cat. The dudes who grow the sensu beans. I
Didn't
thought that
Yajirobe have
was
like a beard or something? Like
yeah,
Yajirobe is like designed to change.
Yeah. He did have he does have a beard nowadays, but he didn't have a beard back then. But him and the fucking cat, they're the ones who are on top of like I think Kami's Lookout or something, or like right below it.
Yeah,
They're the ones who.
they're on a little lookout tower. It's below Kami's.
Yeah, but you know, you get to see Denbei. What? No, Dende.
Dende.
Fuck. No, this isn't fucking Blacklist. Yeah, you get to see Dende again, which was really cool. Didn't see Mr. Popo, which was disappointing. Uh, but the little scene when Piccolo is jumping out of the lookout and they have that fucking camera like fucking angle and it's all like super pretty, very beautiful, and you hear, "Hey Piccolo, catch!" and they throw him his Red Ribbon Army helmet. And the way that he catches it and puts it on, it's just so fucking cool. And they did a fantastic, like, the parts where this movie kind of lacked a little bit, the other stuff that they put in there really picked up that slack. And I don't really have too many criticisms at all about the movie for the most part. I think the pacing is really good. Everything seems to be on point. They seem to also be carrying on with some of the sillier storylines from Dragon Ball Super Broly, where it turns out that Bulma has been abusing the fucking, or not abusing, but obtaining the Dragon Balls and using them for selfish reasons. Like, for example, you get two of them. She asked Shenlong to make her eyelashes a few millimeters longer and her butt to be a little bit more perky, which I thought was fucking funny. And there was some fan service in that, like pretty much like the fat bait was Bulma this entire fucking movie because her ass is on display more than a few times, and they drew her extra curvy, like that shot of her, the very first shot of her on laying on the couch. It was like, oh yeah. You
Oh
could
yeah,
tell it's some fan service.
they really thirst baited Bulma. That's the
Yeah,
same way they thirst baited Chilai a lot last movie,
yeah,
and
yeah.
now Bulma gets her turn.
Yeah, like showing the like stretchy armor is like, hey, check out my green tits or my lightly blight navy blue tits. And yeah.
I have one very minor criticism with this movie, but it
Sure.
makes me infuriated. I want to the man who made this decision in the writers' room. I want to kill him in Minecraft.
Why?
So, if you'll recall, this is not the criticism. First of all, this is actually it's going to start with a positive thing. We finally get what I've been waiting for a very long time in this movie. You know what that is, Mo Diggity?
What is it?
They finally fucking aged up Goten and Trunks again.
Yeah,
Thank fucking
yeah.
God.
I guess enough time is well. Like yeah. Pan Pan wasn't actually born. Was she like at the end of?
Pan was an infant in Super.
Oh, okay. So she was born like what at the end of the Universal Tournament of Power, right?
She was born between Battle of Gods and Resurrection F. So
Oh,
she was like
okay.
1 or 2 years old at the end of Super.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's been like a few years at the very least, more or less, since then. And because like a Piccolo made that comment of, "Oh, you're getting a little further along than your father was when you were here when you were his age at 3." And so, yeah. I guess. Oh,
Yes,
and they threw in that line too.
they explain Goten and Trunks by saying that Saiyans, which this checks out with Goku, but it does not check out with Gohan. So this explanation is bullshit. Where
Well,
they say
maybe it's not just every single time.
they say that Saiyans stay like super small until like one day they have a big growth spurt. Which that did happen with Goku. He was like 14 in Dragon Ball. He looked like a little fucking 8-year-old, but he was like 14. That does check out. That is true. However, Gohan did have like a middle age before he reached adulthood. He he was teen Gohan in fucking in the Cell Saga. He grew a little taller. He matured a little bit. That didn't happen for Goten and Trunks. It's
Oh, yeah.
bullshit.
Well, Chi Chi's genes are super, super dominant, so they probably like whipped the shit out of Gohan's genes. Said, "You're gonna grow up normally, not like a Saiyan freak."
Yeah, perhaps, but yeah, we
Yeah,
finally get the Goten and Trunks age up. Now, if you'll recall, this isn't bad either. I like that they did this. Well, I kind of like that they did this. I kind of didn't. They try to turn into Gotenks and they fuck it up and they turn into fat Gotenks.
yeah, I like
Um,
that. That's because that apparently is a hugely popular fucking character in Japan. Is
yeah, I
Fat
mean,
Gotenks?
it was cute, it was funny, but I want to punch whoever made this decision. If you recall, I believe it's right before the credits. They have like a little celebratory, like everybody's like, "Woo, yeah!" And I think Gohan might transform into a Super Saiyan or something. Like they're celebrating and shit. And then Goten and Trunks fuse, but the camera cuts away before we see him.
Oh,
They
I don't give a
fucking dick
shit.
tease us with fully done Teen Gotenks. Fuck you. I
Well,
That's all I wanted to. I just wanted to see Teen Gotenks, and they fucking dick tease us with it. It's like, oh, look at them, they're fusing for real this time, and then we don't get to see it.
Well, they'll probably more than likely because Sam, my brother, was like, I really wanted to see more of Gohan's transformation in depth, and I told him more than likely they'll end up, since they prick teased everyone with like no explanation of how like fucking Gohan transformed, right? They'll probably end up expanding upon that further in the second season of Dragon Ball Super.
You see, Mo, I have an unfortunate red pill that I'm gonna have to make you swallow here.
And
Um,
what is
if
that?
if they do that, it's not gonna be for a fucking while, bro. Because I unfortunately had to inform you, the Dragon Ball Super manga has continued this entire time, so they have like 3 arcs to adapt before they start touching this movie shit.
Nah, they'll more than likely end up like doing their own thing and just peppering in manga like throughout it.
No, they're gonna they have like whole arcs in the manga. They have like Ultra Ego Vegeta. They have like important shit that they have to
Yeah,
adapt.
no, yeah, but that'll be in due time though. There with Broly and fucking superhero, they're going to go their own route for a while, and they'll pepper in manga stuff, or they'll end up doing like another series that'll be exclusively adapting the manga. But I don't think that like they'll just not like incorporate Broly and
Though I
gray hair,
mean,
gray spiky haired Gohan's transformation in there. No fucking way.
I have no doubt they will incorporate Broly because the Broly movie takes place in between the Universe 7 arc and the first arc in the manga that we didn't get in the anime. So that fits. But unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be touching superhero for a while because they're going to adapt the manga arcs. They're going to adapt Moro. They're going to adapt whatever the fuck came after Moro. I haven't looked into it too much, but there is another Granola, I think is the guy's name. Yeah, there's the Moro arc and there's the Granola arc, and they're going to adapt those arcs because the manga is very popular. They're they're
Yeah, of
they're
course
they're,
they
they're
will.
going to do it.
Yeah, of course they will, but they'll end up incorporating like Orange Piccolo or fucking gray hair transformation Gohan.
I
They'll
mean,
end
I
up
hope
having to do
so.
that.
You
I
could
hope
be
so
right,
too.
but
I mean, I
like
want that too.
the movies have always been separate from the anime, the normal anime, and I guess they were kind of hinting they were going to move away from that, but just with the manga and the way it exists, I don't even know if Broly's in the manga. I'd have to look it up, but it's looking like unfortunately they might be going that route.
Well, if we traditionally look what well if we look at what DBS has done traditionally, uh, they'll end up incorporating both movies into the season, just like they did with Battle of
Oh
Gods
my god,
and
there's
fucking
no way they're
Resurrection F
doing that
Frieza.
again.
Yeah,
That
no,
piss
they'll probably end up doing that. It
That
didn't
pissed
just
people off so bad. People hated the Battle of Gods and Resurrection F arcs. They're like, why do we have to sit through this again for 20 episodes? We already saw these movies. Give us new shit.
well, people wanted expanded fucking fight scenes, and I'll be honest, the fight scenes did go on for a few episodes too long
No,
on
I liked the
Battle
expanded
of the
Goku versus
Gods.
Virus, and
It took forever though, and I was like, it was kind of like, okay,
yeah,
we
Dragon Ball
kind of,
fights take forever. That's kind of part of their charm.
yeah, I know, but like, how many, like, I just like how. What am I feeling after seeing the hearing the music swell and them fucking going fucking nuts with the light show and stuff. While they're doing the flying streaming things with the energy trailing behind them. Like come on, we just saw this like another episode and a half ago. Like let's cut to the chase here.
Yeah,
Like
I
this is
mean,
I don't like saying the same thing like multiple times in a row in a show.
yeah, I mean, agree to disagree. I'm not gonna fight you too hard on it. But my only thing is, I liked the Battle of Gods arc, and I like what I've seen of the Resurrection arc. I just also am very in tune with the Dragon Ball fandom, which you don't seem to be. You don't seem to keep track of like what people think, which I'm not flacking you for. It's really a good idea. It's not a great fan base, but
No, it's not. No, it's not.
people were pissed about the Battle of Gods and Resurrection F arcs, so they're not doing that again. There's no way.
Maybe not, but they'll probably end up doing like a mini synopsis of it. Like I see them like incorporating the Broly fight between Goku, Vegeta, and Broly in the Broly movie somehow. I think just to
Yeah.
adapt it in the anime.
No, or even they just acknowledge that it happened and Broly's a character.
Oh,
Like,
more than likely,
it's
yeah.
it's gonna be weird though timeline wise, because it's not it's not out of character for the Dragon Ball Super anime to be different from the manga, because they're basically two separate things. How it worked, for those who don't know, quick explanation, is Akira Toriyama just wrote up like a very broad description of how he wanted the story to go in an arc. Like he wrote like just a very broad synopsis of like how the Goku Black arc was supposed to go. And he gave it to the anime staff and he gave it to Toyotaro, who does the manga, and they kind of just took that broad description and turned it into their own thing. That is why the manga and the anime are so different, because they were working on very broad like plot threads that Akira Toriyama gave them, but other than that, they were completely separate from each other. So it is not out of practice for the Dragon Ball Super animated different from the manga. The only concern that I have is timeline, because I'm pretty sure Dragon Ball Super Superhero, in terms of the timeline, it takes place a little bit farther out than the current manga does. So it'll be hard to incorporate shit like Orange Piccolo and Beast Mode Gohan, because the way the timeline works right now, the Moro and Granola arcs take place before any of that.
Well, they'll probably just ignore that completely and just incorporate it in there anyhow.
Yeah, I mean, it's that. I suppose they could do that. It wouldn't be that hard.
I mean, that'll really
It's
piss
just,
a lot of people off, but they'll probably end up doing that. That's what I think.
yeah, and I agree with you, and I hope you're right, because I think that would be the best way to go about it.
Yeah, because I'm fine with like Teen Goten and fucking Trunks. I think that's fucking cool.
I'm so glad they're aged up, and I really hope they stay that way. Please, 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 dude. I got tired of kids. Like, I've always loved Teen Goten. Like, Goten and GT, I love him. I love his design. His design at the end of Z is pretty good too. And his design in Superhero, also very good. So I really hope they keep him aged up. Anyway, do we want to talk about something else now so that Robin can exist? Is she even still
Oh
awake?
yeah,
I'm still here.
we're at the
Yo,
hour. Yeah,
what's
we're at
up?
the hour 33 mark. So if you guys want to start like talking about something else, or if you want to wrap up, just say something now. Then whatever
Well,
you want.
Robin, you got anything you want to talk about? Well, you're wrong. Anything else?
All right, you guys want to go ahead and just wrap up then?
Sounds good to me.
Alrighty. All right. So, final thoughts about stuff and things, and if applicable, Dragon Ball superhero. Robin, we'll start with you since you haven't said anything in about half an hour. A lot of people aren't like I don't really like. I don't really care too much for Sailor Moon or what's the Bleach. Like I've watched an episode of Bleach. I'm like, this is okay. I'd
Yeah,
rather
different
watch.
strokes.
Yeah,
Everybody.
I was like, I'd rather just go watch Yu Yu Hakusho or something because I love the shit out of Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, I mean that's the
Yakuza's
beautiful
great.
thing about like media, is like there's something out there for everybody, and not everything is going to be for everyone. So it's okay that Robin doesn't like Dragon Ball, because I'm sure there are a lot of things I like that she doesn't. I'm sure there's a lot of things that she likes that I don't. and that does not make them any less valid as art that people enjoy.
Between
Why?
us, every
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. Fuck our fans.
Yeah, I pretty much disagree with Riely as well. No, I'll just playing. I pretty much uh had a good. I haven't been to a movie in quite some time. I don't even remember the last movie I went to. I just remember it being super fucking loud and my ears hurting afterwards because I think the fucking speakers were cranked up like fucking crazy.
you're old.
And no, I'm not old, just my ears hurt. It was just like it was no, it was like uncomfortably super loud.
I'm not old. I'm just old.
I'm not old. I'm only in my 40s. Shit, it's my early 40s on that. Don't you yikes me. Y'all will all be 40s soon enough.
Nah, I'll be dead of diabetes by 26. What are you talking about?
Bro.
All right. Riely, where can our listeners find you?
Well, besides within 6 years, you can find me at
Besides the graveyard.
yep. You can find me at anchor.fm/Riely Megafeed or the Riely Podcast Megafeed on your podcast platform of choice. It's the Riely Podcast Megafeed. There's some podcasts there, and in the links to the description is everything else that I can do, or that I can do, that I have, fucking other podcasts, social media, shit like that. Also, shout out to a project coming soon, the Issue Crew podcast, my new main project, where me and 7 of my best internet content friends, including Mo, just talk about a topic every week. It might not be starting when planned. That is not that word has not come out to the whole group yet. This is the first time Mo is hearing of it, but might be
what now?
delayed. The Issue
Alright,
Crew might not
cool.
be starting when planned, but coming soon.
Coming soon. A podcast where like 7 or 8 people just fucking yell over each other. It's gonna
Well, no,
be
the
epic.
beauty of it is that everybody's not going to be on every week, so it'll probably be like 4 or 5 people.
Oh,
per week.
okay.
But yeah, right now, Insight Zoidberg is unavailable for personal reasons, and Ida is extremely sick, so we might have to wait a bit.
All right, Robin, where can I find ye?
Riely and I.
Oh, I
soon.
did commit to that. What porn games do I have to play?
We'll be planning that soon.
Okay.
So keep your eye out.
Your rating system has to be like X amount of broken wrists out of 5.
5 cum socks out of 5.
Oh God.
I give this 4 spraying wrists and a box of Kleenex out of 5. And they can all find me at twitter.com/MoSiteGaming42. Got a pinned tweet with all my shit in there. Links and descriptions and tweets and things and junk. You know, go ahead and check that out. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Thank y'all for listening and coming out and all that. I does appreciate it. And yeah, follow all of our shit. So, I've been Mo, and they've been Riely and Robin. We'll see y'all next time. Y'all talk. Bye.